Hi everyone, Jonas Cain here with #Positivity. It is April 1st, 2020, the day we affectionately know as April Fool's Day. However, it also marks the first day of National Humor Month and National Stress Awareness Month, which should come as no surprise since it's often said laughter is the best medicine, right? And I know this is true because I've tried it and it's worked. At least it's worked for me. I'm going to suggest to you 3 ways that you can incorporate humor and laughter into your everyday life to be naturally less stressful. Practice number 1 is a simple formula. Tragedy plus time equals humor. The idea is to find something that was unfortunate from your past, and with the gift of time, you're able to find the humor in the situation. Number 2, make connections. The idea is that when we take 2 ideas that really have nothing to do with each other, but we make a connection in some way, that is able to produce humor. For example, one of my favorite jokes is, what's cold and makes people laugh? Ice tickles. Okay, it's not the funniest joke in the world, but we do take these 2 ideas that have nothing to do with each other, but we find a connection. In this case, icicles and tickles sound similar, so we found a way to make a connection that produces, in my opinion, it produced a little chuckle at least. Practice number 3 is to figure out what makes you laugh. What amuses you, and find a way to incorporate that into your everyday life. For me personally, I love stand-up comedy. So if I find myself getting stressed out, what I do is I take a moment and I just listen to some comedy specials. Maybe it's a MP3, or maybe I go on to Netflix and watch a special. One thing I also like to do is every few months or so, I book a ticket to go see a live comedy show. And just taking that time for myself, because I know it's something that I'm going to enjoy. It really helps me to really de-stress and really engage in the humor. So the question becomes, how can you take the tragedies of the past and with the gift of time, find a way to laugh at them and find the humor in them? And how can you be encouraged by this in the future? Next, how can you make connections between things that have nothing to do with each other, and you are able to make a connection to find the humor in a situation? Lastly, what are you amused by? What makes you laugh? And how can you engage in it on an ongoing basis so that you can stay engaged, stay empowered, and encouraged even through stressful times? Until next time, my name is Jonas Cain. Stay positive. I'm going to share with you an example from my own life that I really haven't told many people because I'm not exactly proud of it. However, it's one way that I was able to try to find humor. And this was years ago. My fiance had just died. Like literally, I just found out, and my body was just completely numb, and I was just shutting down. I couldn't process, and I was trying to think about, I was thinking, how can I get through this? And I thought, okay, I need to find a way to laugh about this. I need to find a way to laugh at the situation, bring humor, not to downplay the gravity of the situation, but as a way to get from this moment of crisis to the moments afterwards. So I thought of something, and I thought to myself, wow, this is just like that episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza was going around showing photographs of a woman, telling everyone that it was his fiance, but she had died. So it was a way for him to pick up women. And I thought, geez, my life has become an episode of Seinfeld. And at the time, I was just like, yeah. The problem was, I had the tragedy, I didn't give it time. So tragedy plus time equals humor. So be sure to incorporate both.